Welcome to YLC, the Young Leaders Committee that promotes and grows youth leadership, that ensures the future leaders lead from today by educating and inspiring them to soar higher and higher.
Welcome to YLC, the Young Leaders Committee, the platform that educates, enlightens, inspires, and walks young people into leadership from their youth. Young people, your leadership era has started. No longer wait for tomorrow. This is the second session in the 13th episode. We introduced the concept of risk in the last session. Remember, this is high risk, high return. And the focus in this session is approaching risks. Approaching risks. We will discuss how you are to look at risks and to face them. However, we will continue a little bit from last session, which we actually did not finish. We want to look at types of risks that you may face. Type of risks that you may face. This segment is both to enlighten and equip you to face risks with great outcome. Many of them are challenges that you will face very, very often. 1. Environmental risks. These are challenges with possible harmful effects to human health or the ecology. Health risk. There are different aspects of this. Going for health care, for example, has its own risk. Working in a healthcare system has its own risk. Taking a sick person to the hospital has its own risk. Then, number 3, social risks. Falling in love with a person is taking chances. It could go well or fail. Family issues or your involvement could pose challenges. Friends you associate with could cause challenges that will be serious risk. Now, number 4, information technology risks. The risks here are diverse. One of them is accepting and believing and acting on every information and the things you see, you watch, you listen to. And that could be very risky. Then we have occupational or professional risks. What you do for a living and their demands may have some risks. For example, a printer I know very well lost some fingers in the course of doing his professional job. Project risks. The project could be personal, occupational, or community project that you have to be involved in. And it could have, the nature could be legal, it could be physical, it could be financial, for example, mortgage, or some other type. And each one has its own risk. Number 7, business risks. These arise from uncertainties about the profit from a commercial business. There can be a turnaround of fortune because your clients have changed from one person to the other. Their tastes have changed, their circumstances have changed, and maybe there are some other social challenges or government policies. It's clear from our discussion so far that risks are everyday matters, affairs that we must face gallantly. But are risks all negative? Can we talk about necessity of risks? Can we talk about advantages we can get from risks? That is the next segment, necessity of risks. And to present this, I want to agree with a professional colleague on LinkedIn who says, and I quote, he says, risk-taking is an essential part of personal growth. Take note of that. When we step outside our comfort zone, we learn new skills, gain confidence, and discover our own strengths and weaknesses. We also become more adaptable and resilient, which are essential qualities for navigating the ups and downs of life. Let's analyze this. 1. Risk-taking helps us to discover our strengths and weaknesses. Risk-taking challenges us to work on our strengths and weaknesses when we discover them. Risk-taking takes us from our present level of competence to a higher level. It helps us to develop new skills, have a broader perspective on issues, and consequently make progress in life. Risk-taking challenges us to grow certain sterling qualities in life, such as adaptability, resilience, and others. The fact that risks come with great positive outcomes means that we get better off taking risks. So, take risks, but calculated risks. Next, taking risk creates a desire for further growth. The taste of one great outcome creates the desire for another. It makes leaders come alive. It spurs creativity and enhances activities. Again, risk-taking is essential for us to create meaningful and fulfilling lives. With each new success from a forward leap comes greater fulfillment in life. Again, risk-taking is necessary for us to make an impact, because by definition, making impact means doing something different, seeing things differently, changing ourselves, and challenging others to change. Finally, risk-taking helps leaders to build courage and confidence, which will invariably affect your every endeavor. What then should be your expected attitude toward risks? We want to look at expected attitude toward risks. 1. Embrace the idea of taking risks. Aversion to risk cannot help you as a leader. 2. Face risks with courage and determination. Thirdly, learn from every risk you take. And fourthly, analyze any risk that has significant outcome, whether the outcome is negative or positive. Number 5, apply the lessons from a risk taken in another context. And 6, develop a different, more positive complex about risks. That is, the risk-taking complex or mentality. Build it, you need it. To end this session, let us look together at how to approach risks. How do we then approach risks? Approach risks with courage and confidence. We have said this before. Risks with faith and a positive attitude without fear. With wisdom. Approach risks with wisdom and knowledge, but add understanding. Approach risk after due consultation. For example, with Young Leaders Committee. Join the teaming young leaders to gain knowledge, confidence, and all you need to dare risk, because you will face risks. Number 5, identify the risk. Get acquainted with the nature of the risk. And next, analyze the risk. That is, determine the scope of the risk, its link with different factors within the organization, how many business functions it affects, and so on. This will help you to ascertain the severity and seriousness of the risk. Number 7, evaluate or rank the risk. For instance, rate low a risk that may only cause some inconvenience, and rate very high those risks that can result in catastrophic loss. To rank risks allows organizations to gain a holistic view of how exposed the entire organization is to the risk. And number 8, treat the risk. Every risk needs to be eliminated or contained as much as possible. This is done by connecting with the experts of the field to which the risk belongs. YLC awaits you to help you. Number 9, monitor and review the risk. Monitor and review the risk. This is because not all risks can be eliminated. Some risks are always present and will always be there. They call for special attention and a knowledge of how to manage them. And finally, develop and grow your risk approach mindset. Develop and grow a risk approach mindset. It will deal with aversion to approaching risk. You will have more on this from our International Leaders Forum. Please join. Young Leaders Committee, we have told you, is a mentoring group for the growth and stability of young leaders as well as prospective leaders. It promises potentials and opportunities for encountering all classes of young people and turning them around for excellence. Registration has commenced. The earlier you get registered, the brighter your chances. You can use the link on the screen or visit our website www.getdamconsult.com to register. It's free. Thanks for watching. See you at the next session.